You go ahead and clock me in, son. Go ahead and give me Habakkuk right quick. That's right. This is an attempt to collect the debt. Habakkuk. Say that 2 and 1. Isn't that right? People don't consider. A lot of people want to take it. I see people say, you know what? I feel like I ought to be in the ministry. I feel like, go on out there and do it then. Go on out with your feeling. That's what I did. I had a feeling. Just jump out there. You better make sure you've been sent. Isn't that right? You got people's souls on the line.
Amen.
Isn't that right? That's a lot of responsibility. Just jump out here off of, you got a feeling? You done felt something before and been wrong? You don't want to be wrong with this. Isn't that right? So one time I peed in my pamper. You take it out, it look like a pee. That's what you did. You peed. Had nothing to do with no preaching, though. This is Habakkuk, chapter 2 at verse 1. Listen.
I will stand upon my watch.
Y'all hear that? I will stand upon my watch.
And set me upon the tower.
Set me upon the tower.
And will watch to see what he will say unto me.
And what?
I shall answer when I am reproved.
Tell them what he said, son.
And Yahuwah answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
For the vision
is yet for an appointed time.
At the end,
it shall speak
and not
lie.
That's what we're looking at. I look at the same thing. We're on a watch. And being on that watch, we sitting back to consider what we're going to answer when we reprove. Y'all hear me? Every one of us, we all been required to do something. Everybody going to give an account for everything you've done. Make no mistakes. Nobody done anything in here in life you ain't going to pay for. Isn't that right? It might seem you get away with things. Nobody gotten away with nothing. Y'all hear me? At the 2nd chapter of the book of Abarim. You know the good thing is about it? You can pray and ask all you want to. You're going to still pay for what you've done. Listen, I'm a witness to it. That's why I ain't out here drinking and smoking and lying and hoe chasing. I know I'm going to give account for it. It ain't nothing to get away with it for the night, for a week, for a month, for a year. But after a while, you got to meet this man. And when you do, you don't give restitution. Y'all hear me? Everybody in here, you're going to have to give restitution. The other brother, give me 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. This is the book of Abarim, chapter 2 at verse 1. Listen.
Therefore,
we ought to give.
The more earnest heed.
What do we say ought mean, brethren? Expect, obligated. You're obligated to do it. You're obligated. You can't tell him when he's saying, well, Cam was bothering me and I couldn't get it. Therefore,
we ought to give the more earnest heed
to the thing
which we have learned.
If you're obligated and you expect it, he can't use you, Cam. He can't get no judgment talking about, Cam, I'm trying to tell Cam. That'd be just like with a parent. Once you send your Cam, and I think a lot of the older parents could testify, the newer parents, of course, your kids won't have it. Back in our time, and them folk call home and said you did something, go ahead and tell them about what the other kids were doing. This is a death sentence. This is a death sentence. How many of y'all remember this stuff? Please tell Henry Grady and your mom and them and Bill about what some other kid them were doing. And how you weren't the only one talking. It was some more. Man, you can get knocked out. Nobody want to hear that. Now, you know what that teaches us in life, though? When they come back to judge you, you can't use nobody else but you. What were you expected to do? My parents looked at this. I know what I sent you there to do. I know what I told you. I don't care less what anybody else done. That's the same way he look at it. He a parent. Ain't that right? In the book of Malachi, he told her clearly, he said, if I be a father, where's my honor? Huh? And if I be a ruler, where's my fear? Isn't that right? He told your son, honor his father. Isn't that all these people do? He said, now I be one, where's my honor? Where's my fear? Where's the reverence that belongs to him when he tells us to do something? Don't y'all know there's no fear when it comes down to doing what this man tells us to do? Therefore, we ought to give a more earnest heed to the things which we have
heard.
Lest at any time.
We should let them slip.
Every time you do wrong, you forgot. You let it slip. It wasn't that important. I couldn't possibly get caught. What could happen? Whenever you're doing wrong, there's never a safety device. Wrong never has a safety device. Anytime you do wrong, you just went outside of safety. Huh? Okay. The book of Marshalli, chapter 18 and 10. Oh, this is good. Nobody getting by. Marshall Lee. Chapter 18, verse 10. Listen to the book.
The name of Yahuwah
Is.
a strong tower,
Tell them what the righteous do, son.
runneth into it,
And they're what?
and is safe.
So if his name is the strong tower, now if we run into it and we save, what happens when we get out of it?
Unsafe.
He didn't say unsafe, did he?
Not safe.
Just said not safe. You seen unsafe somewhere?
That's a
You
word.
just came up with it now. Yeah, it's a word. You want to use it now?
Yes.
Okay. Simon, you agree with him saying that? Now I'm just making sure now. I mean, I'm saying, hold on. I got so y'all can do what that thing y'all can do on them students? The IP, what did that tell? What? IEP, on what he just said. That's all. You ain't looking for no A. That's all he's looking for. No, he's looking for alpha. That's all I'm asking for. But he's right. You got places where you would use the word unsafe, and that's the thing we look at. So, and we learn that this is the dangerous part of it. So when you hear that, you tell your only deliverance, your only way to keep from destruction is to be in it. What sense would it make to be out of it? And see, we were taught this in the book of Dabarim. We were taught to establish some cities. And these cities were called the city of refuge. This was a place where we were supposed to go to when something was done and it wasn't actually from our heart. It wasn't actually a will intent. Yet people sit around and do things wrong and try to run to it and realize when you talked about that city being set up, it was for a man that slew his brother. It wasn't his heart. Here I am, it's cold. Can y'all agree it's cold? I got a fireplace, I'm trying to chop wood. Leon coming with me, he trying to help me, and I'm sitting here and I'm swinging the axe, and the axe head fall off and go backwards, and this thing done killed a man. This is a mess. Because our law is to the point. Now, Leon, you have a son. Eye for eye, 2 for 2, hand for hand, foot for foot. Huh? His son gonna look at, he lost a daddy. I'm a father too. I got sons. The right thing would be I should die too. I took his daddy. He take me away from my kids. You see how the law works? The law still I wasn't supposed to commit no murder. That's our law. So what he set up for us by Louis and them was to set up cities of refuge, a place where the innocent could go because it wasn't in my heart. That was not my intent. I truly had nothing in my heart that I should have slain my brother. But yet when they come, they got to dispense the law. The law didn't leave them reasoning. Y'all got me? The law left them execute. When you come, you find this man dead and he's a father. Isn't that right? And he's married, he's got a wife. Then his wife and his son can say, well, we both lost somebody. It's only fair that my family should do the same. Y'all hear me? That's what they look at and that equal out. Now, when I got in that city, I was supposed to stay in that city until his sons died. Now, if I decide I want to go and travel out that city because I seen this tree over there, and I know them berries sweeter than any berries I ever seen before. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. And I'm just going to tip out right quick and get them berries. Now, if his son and his wife catch me, that blood on my hands. Now, y'all sitting here and you got an opportunity chance this man have allowed you to get here. And the thing about it, the truth be told, none of us in here because we're innocent. We all guilty. That's the bad part. You hadn't even no business even being in here. But now you going to be stupid enough and you got an opportunity and you going to go outside. Therefore, we ought to give them more earnest heed to the things which we've heard, lest at any time.
We should let them slip.
For if the word spoken by
Malachi
was steadfast,
and every transgression
received
and disobedience received a just recompense of reward,
how?
shall we escape
If we neglect,
so great salvation?
how are we going to get away? This is the opportunity you had to get your life right and actually be saved. You know why people don't take salvation to a real caring or to a real discipline? Because you don't actually see just how dangerous it is out there till you get done out there. You don't see it yet. You don't see it yet. You know when people are going to appreciate what we got now? When you burn in hell. That's when you appreciate it. That's when you'll sit back and you'll reflect and you'll remember. When you burn in hell, oh, you'll consider this way. There's a lot of people outside here. You know what they do, Pierre? They go back and they periodically look. Try to see who in there getting married? How you know somebody getting married? But you know what they do know. You ain't escaping. I wouldn't go back to look. I go and completely cut it off. I don't have no reason to. I done set my mama outside to the refuge. It don't make no sense to why for what? What I'm looking to get? I ain't in it. What good they gonna do me? I'm sitting here looking. We read that tonight. He told you you're gonna sit and you're gonna see Abraham, Yasakut, and Yaakov sitting in the kingdom. And you yourselves, well, thrust out. It's gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Being an observer ain't good for us. Isn't that right? You either in or you out. You either sin or you saved. Isn't that right? You either lost or you found. You either going to be in with him and his kingdom or you going to be burning in hell. That's it. Y'all hear me? Even when all y'all who came, he asked Yashral, how long you going to halt between two opinions? How long? Ain't but two. Either you going to be saved or you going to be lost. Y'all better consider it. Man done taught y'all now. If the word spoke about Malachi was steadfast. If every transgression and disobedience receive a just recompense and reward. Every one of them, what's just? I heard him reading off, reciting some codes for y'all that they got through their law books. Misdemeanor, but it's still, you got to receive something for it. That's there 1 year in prison. You know, here's it for fornication. Yeah. It's death. All sin, he's all unrighteousness is sin. All of it's sin. Ain't that right? Don't get yourself messed up. You ain't got no lawyer you can get you off in that man's courtroom. You got to answer for it. You got to pay for what you done. Everybody in here. That's why it don't make sense to keep adding up. You already on the thin line now. It don't even make sense to keep playing with your soul going to be required. If it's any time you ought to lay at the heart, whenever you hear the word, you got to sit back and look at what kind of person you are. You got to sit back and ask yourself, did you create you or were you created by somebody? Did you control your coming or do you control your leaving? No, on either question, neither. You say, well, I can get up right now and kill myself. That's only because he let you. So when you can't control your coming and your going, you can't explain how you even got here. Or how the people that begot you got here, even on further back, without some written information. You'd be a fool to play with him. It's too little you don't know. But they do it anyway. And all these questions that people have, that they worry about, inquiring mind want to know, they'll be answered in due time. He'll be coming back. Y'all hear me? When he come back here, he giving restitution. Y'all make no mistake, he giving restitution when he get back here. What I had you holding from the 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10?
Amen.
Listen.
For we must all appear before the judgment seat of the Mashiach.
Look at that, everybody. Everybody got it. I ain't going. I'm going to let y'all go ahead and go. I'm going to skip this one.
For we must all appear before the judgment seat of the Mashiach.
Tell them what we got to do, son.
That every one may receive the things done in his body.
Whether they will do what?
According to that he hath done.
So somebody going to get, if you do good, then somebody else can use your good.
According to that he hath done.
What you done?
Whether it be good or bad.
So you just go ahead and just grade yourself up into the day. What you looking to get? Salvation? Deliverance? What you looking to get? If you're going to give an account for all the things you done in your body, whether it be good or evil, what are you looking to get? Then you got to just convince yourself the word ain't right. That's how you can keep going. The word ain't right. He ain't going to really do what he say he's going to do. All these people operating this whole world going, somebody responsible for this. Somebody responsible for this. This ain't but one man that didn't declare all that before it happened. One man declared all that, ain't nothing going on, he didn't declare. He done told you, bring forth your witnesses that you can be justified. Who else has declared it? Everything you see these people doing, we can read in our book. We can see this stuff coming to pass. We can see it. I don't know why people keep messing around. The man been talking to us. Yet people continue to do what they're doing. How long you going to stay high and drunk out here with these people? How long you going to continue to play out here with these people? You don't get cut off. Y'all hear me? You don't get yourself cut off out here. It's just a matter of time. Y'all hear me? Y'all many slick people done try to do what we doing? Go to the grave. The grave full of slick people. Listen, your best whores, pimps, gangsters, drug dealers, drug users are in the grave. Best homosexual, everybody. Some of your greatest athletes in the grave. All of them dead in the grave. I'm alive. I got an opportunity to do the greatest work I can do. Make sure my soul right before I leave. I was thinking today about somebody I knew that was dead. A man I used to read for years ago, Lucas. Thinking about him, and now he's dead. I said he's dead with a whole bunch of other people. He saw fit to still keep me on this side. Got a chance to get it right before I leave him. Because next time you open up your eye from that grave, when you wake up, everybody going to be, you know, man, everybody, I thought you were dead. I was. How you got back? We all in the judgment now. Everybody coming to see him. Huh? You're going to be standing out from morning to midnight. It's going to be just like it was with Moshe. Moshe told you going to do it. A prophet, he going to raise up. Like in the middle of the brethren, him you going to hear. When Moshe followed, asked him, what is this you doing? The whole congregation come to see this man. He said, this is what I do from morning to midnight. I sit here, everybody come to me for judgment. Huh? Don't you know it's going to be the same thing that man get here? He going to listen, he going to gather everybody from the ends of this whole arrest. You're going to be standing in the judgment. Everybody going to know about you. I want you to tell them that lie. I ain't doing nothing. Chilling. Nobody doing nothing. I ain't been nowhere. I ain't lying. You going to hell. You ain't going to be able to lie to this man. You can lie to all these people all you want to. You ain't going to be able to lie to this man. Y'all hear me? Y'all got opportunity to get it right. Y'all can play around with it. He going to bury some of y'all soon, though. He going to bury some. I hope I get to do y'all funeral. You know how I like to lie for you to your family. I ain't going to make you look bad in front of your family. Tell your family what an upstanding person you were. Let people know you were rotten. You disobeyed. You got caught in your transgression. Just like they going to get caught. Huh? People need to hear that. People need reality. That's the only way you wake them up. Huh? Every time I go to the funeral, I touch somebody hard. Oh, I'm going to touch somebody. And then I'm telling about the truth. I ain't going to be lying for you dead and gone. So that time they see you, it'll be in the judgment. Now what you going to be doing? You got opportunity while you're on this side to get it right. Y'all have done number played. Played, lied, flim-flam, scam, conniving. But you got to give an account for it, though. Listen to what he told you. We must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahuwah to give account to the deeds done in the body, whether they were what?
Good or bad.
Tell me what you know, Shaul.
Knowing therefore the terror of Yahuwah.
What that mean, the terror? So he ain't going to be passing out little pumpkin pies, giving out suckers. Knowing therefore the what, son?
Terror.
The terror. Knowing what kind of destruction that man going to put on these people. What happened, son?
We persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Elohim, and I trust also are made manifest in your conscience.
I hope y'all know what I'm trying to tell y'all. I hope y'all know me. I ain't lying to y'all. It coming to pass. Just a matter of time. Let's look at a couple of things now. When we start to look at when people are in position or people make errors or get in a situation, who should we put this in the hands of? At the 6th chapter of the book of Galatians. A lot of times people will take a lot of stuff on themselves. They'll say, well, preacher said. I'm going to say what preacher said. If I was you, I wouldn't do that. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all ain't bought this stuff right here yet, don't fool with it. This is liquid crack. Sister Lancaster out there, she tried to get one. Somebody stuck it way to the back where she couldn't reach it. Said she was jumping and clawing and scratching to get it. But all she could do is behold it with her eyes. Her hands couldn't touch it. She was like Moses, just look eastward, westward, southward. So you can see it, but you won't be drinking this one today. I know who done it. Somebody 6'4", 6'5", got it, stuck it to the back. Their money wasn't right, but they know they coming back. That's the only one gonna get us another 6'4", 6'5" nigga or a 5'8" nigga that can jump. That stuff ain't nothing but liquid crack. I tell you, I wouldn't. I didn't ask. Don't even fool with it. You wouldn't like. I know you. You wouldn't like it. Come on, listen.
Verse 1.
What you got, son?
Galatians 6.
At verse 1, listen.
Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault,
do what, son?
Ye which are spiritual,
do what?
Restore such an one in the ruach of meekness, considering thyself.
I do that. I'll start why it's best to just let the people that spiritual minded handle it, with the ruach handle it. Come on.
Lest thou also be tempted.
Listen.
Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of the Mashiach.
Come on, son.
For if a man think himself to be something,
when he is who?
nothing,
What do he do, son?
he deceiveth himself.
That's what y'all don't want to do. Please don't deceive yourself. Come on.
But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another.
Come on.
For every man shall bear his own burden.
Y'all hear this? Every man got to pay for it. Every man got to bear his own burden. This ain't a burden you give to nobody else. You got to bear your own burden. Listen.
Let him that is taught in the word
Communicate with him.
that teacheth in all good things.
How many of y'all do that? That's why a lot of y'all get the same errors you get. I was talking to them. What are you telling them to do now?
Let him that is taught in the word
Communicate with who?
him that teacheth in all good things.
Who you need to be talking to. I watch a lot of stuff a lot of men do. It be just the back. I just let them keep going, though. Hey, man, I know you be busy. I talk to somebody else. Let him that is taught in
the word
communicate with
him
that does what?
teacheth in all good things.
I ain't nothing but the book. I already know what y'all errors be. But a lot of times I go around because you want to hear what you want to hear, so you know who to go to. I know good and how they work. Y'all do stuff be so dumb. I just let y'all keep going, though. Y'all have time to tie up and time to just tie up and do what you're doing. Go ahead and keep wasting time doing it. You ain't obeyed, and that's what Yeshayahu told you. They have not all obeyed. I already know why y'all do what y'all do. You know, someone thinking, oh, hey, I hope you don't think I be doing it because that's exactly why you do it, because you're hard-headed. Yeah. What the book told you. Where you been taught at? Then who need to give you instruction? Y'all got to start thinking about what y'all be doing. That's why y'all study be making the same mess. When I give y'all answers based off a certain thing, because I know you. Everybody here won't get the same answer for everything. I know you. I know you. Miko asked me something. He said, pretty quick, let me ask you this. What do you think about such and such? Now I'm going to answer that based on I know him. Now he going to tell you, Peter told me to do that, want you to do that. I told him that based off of knowing him. I know my memory. I know what you can handle. Ain't that right? I got to know your makeup, know what fits you, know exactly. I can't do cookie cutting when I come to invite. I got to know each one of y'all to know this is what you need to hear. This is what you need right here. I know when I went, he got on me and da-da-da. That's because of you. That's what you needed. Somebody else might not need it that way. Somebody else might have to just lay it out here and they pick it up and say, I got it. Because everybody here can't handle the same. Some of y'all, I can get you because you straight down to the ground. You eat it and you got to take it. You be done with it. Some of y'all, you couldn't take that. I look at you hard. You'll faint and fall out and quit. You'll start digging and say, so what you doing? I'm digging in hell now because I know I'm going. Can't give everybody the same information. Everybody can't receive the same correction. I got 4 kids, the 3 on me. Every one of them different. I can't get every one of them the same punishment. Every one of them different. Some of them going to be a little different. Some of them need to hear. Some of them need to see. Some of them need hands-on. It just depends. They ain't going to, well, I know what he gave me. That's because you. I know you. Y'all got it? Same thing that come out. Y'all, I know y'all know what you need. Listen.
Be not deceived. Elohim is
That's
not.
what I'm talking about right there. That's where we mess up at. What you think happened when you, this is where we mess up at. When we go out here and we commit and we do things, we are deceived. We're deceived with the fact of not realizing. You do know that man come back to get us. So for me to go out here and drink, lie, cuss, steal, whoremonger, commit adultery, I'm deceived. I'm deceived. Because I just sat here and made mockery of this man. He just told you, he not marred whatsoever.
A man soweth,
The same.
that shall he also reap.
Give me the book of Shaloma, Aleph, chapter 3, verse 1. I mean, Shumuel, I do apologize. They were sitting there saying, hold on, what do you call it? We ain't got. I know, don't get too smart. Shumuel, Aleph, chapter 3. Verse 1. Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, Husha.
Amen.
So this is stuff we need to know. Because I'll be honest, I mean, even with me, I need this. Because I'm being honest with y'all. If this man wasn't stricter for what he called for, and then come back and repay a man for what he done, ain't no way in the world I still be him. I'm done with y'all. I couldn't go. It was hard to keep me straight. Lie, man, I lie with the better. These jokers be lying. They lie don't be making no sense. My lies made sense. If I told you a lie today, I can remember that lie tomorrow. I was good. These jokers, you be like, you ain't even good. You not even good. What you doing? That's when you know, get out the business. Man, you're trying to be a drug dealer, all you have is one. Every time I see you got one rock. You're not good at it. You want to get out of it. You want to get out of it. You're just not good. It ain't, listen, when you're talking about doing wrong and you're going to set your mind doing wrong, you can't straddle no fence. Y'all hear me? I ain't straddling no fence at one point when I was over there. When I started looking at, man, I want to try to get right, then I was trying to be able to get right, you start realizing this ain't working. You can't be good out there straddling no fence. You're going to have to be 100 when you out there now. You hear me? I got folks that I deal with, they still out there. They still 100. I start dropping value. Can't make it like that. Got that soft heart, realized, dang, I can't go that far. I can't do it. Y'all hear me? Something inside that won't let you go but so far. Isn't that right? But you just got to use your head and start realizing, folks, you got to be serious when you come to this thing. That man going to pay you back. I'm paying for it, too. Y'all hear me? I ain't sitting around wondering why I'm still suffering with stuff. What in the world going on? Been through with that. Been done with that now. I already know why I'm suffering. I don't used to plan. I know. It's just a matter of how long I got to keep going. It's a matter of done so much, did it so long, been out there a long time. So I played a long time out there. Y'all don't realize a lot of stuff y'all done. Keep stacking it. You're going to be paying for it. All you doing is stacking up. The man done told you, if I was you, I wouldn't be the seed. This man ain't marked. You ain't made mark of this man. Whatever you sow, you reaping that. Let's see what he said. Let's see what happened here. This is Shemuel Aleph, chapter 3 at verse 1. For those that don't know, it's people watching that don't know. 1 Samuel, chapter 3, verse 1. Sometimes you got to hold. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. Remember that Malcolm? Him and the Beagle. Him and the Beatles. I want to hold your hand. Now, you grew up with the Beatles, didn't you? You ain't have no Beatles in your yard. You ain't never seen no Beatles growing up. I'm Beatles. Did you see some Beatles? You grew up with the Beatles. That's what I said. Listen.
And the child Shemuel ministered unto Yahuwah before Eli.
Yes.
And the word of Yahuwah was precious in those days.
Oh, y'all hear that? What that meant, brother? Rare. When you find something precious, the only reason why it's precious is because it's just hard to find. Anything in abundance is not precious or rare. Y'all got it? Listen.
There was no open vision.
Y'all hear that? One just went, see that? This is when people started considering. At one time, they just looked at, we just got a constant flow of visions. We got a constant flow of the word just coming. And that became precious to us simply because we noticing it's getting to be a long, distant time between us getting the word. We're not getting any kind of things are happening, and usually we foreknew about it before it happened. But now they look at visions getting real fall. Listen.
And it came to pass at that time.
What happened, son?
When Eli was laid down in his place.
Yeah.
And his eyes began to wax dim, that he could not see. And ere the lamp of Elohim went out in the temple of Yahuwah.
Yes.
Where the ark of Elohim was.
Yeah.
And Shemuel was laid down to sleep. That Yahuwah called Shemuel. And he answered, Here am I. And he ran unto Eli and said, Here am I, for thou callest me.
Yes.
And he said, I called not. Lie down again. And he went and lay down. And Yahuwah called yet again Shemuel. And Shemuel arose and went to Eli, and said, Here am I, for thou didst call me. And he answered, I called not, my son. Lie down again. Now Shemuel did not yet know Yahuwah.
Yes.
Neither was the word of Yahuwah yet revealed unto him.
Yes.
And Yahuwah called Shemuel again the third time, and he arose and went to Eli, and said, Here am I,
Yeah.
for thou didst call me.
Yeah.
And Eli perceived that Yahuwah had called the child.
Yes.
Therefore Eli said unto Shemuel, Go, lie down, and it shall be, if he call thee, that thou shalt say, Speak, Yahuwah,
Yeah.
for thy servant heareth.
Come on.
So Shemuel went and lay down in his place.
Yes.
And Yahuwah came and stood and called as at other times, Shemuel, Shemuel. Then Shemuel answered, Speak, for thy servant heareth. And Yahuwah said to Shemuel, Behold, I will do a thing in Yasharal, at which both the ears of every one that heareth it shall tingle.
Yes.
In that day I will perform against Eli all things which I have spoken concerning his house.
What happened, son?
When I begin, I will also make an end.
Yeah. You hear that? Where I begin, I'm also making an end. What happened, son?
For I have told him that I will judge his house forever
Yeah.
for the iniquity which he knoweth.
Y'all hear this? I'm coming against your house forever. For the iniquity, he didn't have no idea what he did.
For the iniquity which he knoweth.
Oh, you know what you did. Wow. What happened, son?
Because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not.
What happened, son?
And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli.
What you gonna do with that? He told y'all about that. In Abarim, the 3rd chapter. The day you hear his voice, harden not your heart. As in the provocation. As in the wilderness, in the day of temptation. When your fathers, they proved me and saw my work 40 years. Wherefore I will grieve with that generation. And you know what I wound up doing? I swore in my wrath. You ain't getting in my rest. How many times you think you'll keep angering him? Swear you don't get in. Whole lot of y'all here playing. You ain't getting in. How many times y'all think y'all gonna anger the man? He letting them know, I want you to go back. They hit up. No open video. We ain't been hearing nothing for a while. What's going on? Some of y'all. Made sense for him to jump up and go ask Eli. The book told you why he did it. Because he didn't know me. Why would he jump up and say, Here am I, Yahuwah, thy servant? You don't know me. He had to go back and see the priest. The Kohan. The Kohan told him, I know who called you. When you go back, you tell him, Here am I, Yahuwah. Your servant hear you. Now he letting them know, I'm finna perform this thing. Huh? I'm finna perform this thing. They're gonna make the ears of the people tingle when they hear it. I'm finna swear out judgment against the house of Eli. Huh? I'm gonna judge the house forever. I told him I'm gonna judge the house forever. For the iniquity of his children. He sat by and wouldn't restrain them. You know what that book told us about correction? Withhold not correction from a child. He said, you didn't restrain them. You could have cut it off. Come on, son, let's see what happened.
That the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifice nor offering forever.
What you going to do with that? Won't no sacrifice get it. And then he was on the 2, remember, forgive them. They know not what they do. Would that be sufficient here today? Forgive them. He said, he know why. He know why. Why would I sit and tell you I don't know why I'm suffering high blood pressure? Why would I sit and tell you I don't know I'm suffering what I'm suffering with? I don't know what the Lord. To say that, just say I don't even know it. You know what you done. And you're going to give an account, every one of us. We all got to give an account to the deeds done about it, whether they good or evil. Listen.
And Shemuel lay until the morning,
Yeah.
and opened the doors of the house of Yahuwah.
Yes.
And Shemuel feared to shew Eli the vision. Then Eli called Shemuel and said, Shemuel, my son. And he answered, Here am I. And he said, What is the thing that Yahuwah hath said unto thee?
Yes.
I pray thee, hide it not from me.
I'm asking you, don't hide it from me. Come on.
Elohim do so to thee, and more also, if thou hide anything from me of all the things that he said unto thee.
That joker put him in a tight spot. That tight. I sure didn't want to tell you what he said. I really didn't want to get in the middle of this. This is a mess. How you going to tell a man he going to execute judgment against you and your whole house forever? That the thing which he said he swore he going to do it. And he's going to do it against you and your whole house. And no sacrifice going to purge your sin. What you going to do with that? Don't even faze him. That's a tight situation. I'd rather you hear that from somebody else. I wouldn't want to be the one that had to tell you that. But he let him know, if you don't tell me what he said, may he hide the very thing from you as well. Since you asked. Listen what happened.
And Shemuel told him every whit, and hid nothing from him.
It made sense. I lied for peace sake. I didn't tell him everything because I didn't want to hurt his feeling. He wasn't able to bear it. Like people say, yeah, I lied to you, but I lied to you for peace sake. No. He said, I told him everything. I ain't keep nothing back from him. Listen.
And he said, It is Yahuwah. Let him do what seemeth him good.
I don't know what that is. That don't sound right to me. What did he say?
And he said, It is Yahuwah.
And
Let
I'm
him
used to
do what
playing
seemeth him
stupid.
good.
He said, I'm used to playing stupid. I know what he said. That's him. I know. You hear? He do all that stuff. What? Nigga, you know who I am? How dare you tell me a lie from God? I know who my Lord and Savior is. You know good and well, he said, it is Yahuwah. Let him do what seemed good to him. To the second chapter, at verse 12.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Amen.
Chapter 2 at verse 12. Other brother, you give me the fourth chapter. Hold that for me. Listen.
Now the sons of Eli were the sons of Belial.
What happened, son?
They knew not Yahuwah.
Come on.
And the priest's custom was with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant came while the flesh was in seething with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand.
Yeah.
And he struck it into the pan,
Yeah.
or kettle, or cauldron, or pot.
Yeah.
All that the flesh hook brought up, the priest took for himself. So they did in Shiloh unto all Yasharal that came hither.
Mm-hmm.
Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest's servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, Give flesh to roast for the priest,
Yeah.
for he will not have sodden flesh of thee, but raw.
Come on.
And if any man said unto him, Let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as thy soul desireth,
Yeah.
then he would answer him, Nay, but thou shalt give it me now, and if not, I will take it by force.
He took us off the chain. They were off the chain. What happened, son?
Wherefore the sin of the young men was very great before Yahuwah.
What happened, son?
For men abhorred the offering of Yahuwah.
People didn't want to bring nothing to give to Yahuwah, causing them joker. Watching them just made people just detest to do what the man commanded them to do. So the sins were great. What else happened, son?
But Shamuel ministered before Yahuwah, being a child, girded with a linen ephod.
Yes.
Moreover, his mother made him a little coat, and brought it to him from year to year,
Yeah.
when she came up with her husband to offer the yearly sacrifice.
Yeah.
And Eli blessed Elkanah and his wife, and said, Yahuwah give thee seed of this woman for the loan which is lent to Yahuwah.
Come on.
And they went unto their own home. And Yahuwah visited Hannah, so that she conceived, and bare 3 sons and 2 daughters.
Yes.
And the child Shemuel grew before Yahuwah. Now Eli was very old,
Yeah.
and heard all that his sons did unto all Yasharal,
Like what, Brandon?
and how they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
I know something. I'm just thinking about it. I guarantee you ain't never heard one of them false prophets talk about this. They ain't going to teach this. They don't talk about these young men and how they sin being great. And they're talking about how they lay with the women.
That assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the
How
congregation.
many women been put on their back by these so-called hypocrite and lying, sinning pastors? They ain't going to talk about this. They can't explain this. Because them women that sleep with are going to be sitting there looking saying, that sound like me and pastor. What happened, son?
And he said unto them,
Yeah.
Why do ye such things?
And what happened?
For I hear of your evil dealings by all this people.
This evil. He said, this evil. How you done went and took instead of letting the people do what was first for him. How you gone here and you laid with these women. He said this stuff evil. Why these preachers won't talk about this? What happened, son?
Nay, my sons,
No. What did he tell them?
for it is no good report that I hear.
See that? It ain't good. I don't like what I'm hearing. What happened, son?
Ye make Yahuwah's people to transgress.
Yes.
If one man sin against another,
What happened, son?
the judge shall judge him.
You hear that? The judge shall judge him. But what happened, son?
But if a man sin against Yahuwah,
What happened, son?
who shall entreat for him?
That's what a lot of y'all problem ain't him. I'm saying that pen. That's your pen. That's your pen. I'm sorry. No, that's all right. I get it because I just took it. Who gonna handle this situation? That's right. The shofet gonna handle that. Because this is an issue between me and this man right here. This is an issue of this rightfully belonged to him and I wrongfully took it. You can handle this. But now you commit stuff that's against Yahuwah. Who gonna entreat for you? He said the stuff you don't put yourself in play with, who gonna entreat for you? Huh? Who gonna entreat for you when you fornicate, commit adultery? Who gonna entreat for you do all these different things? When you go and transgress, get that man law, you sit around drunken. Man can't judge that. You gotta get that to him. Huh? That book told you, know you not, that your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, which temple you are. For ye are not your, but you are bought with a price. Which means you somebody else. This is a matter you got to let him deal with it. Who can entreat for you? All right. Everybody just doing things. Everybody thinking everything fine. It's fine because the sun's shining. You didn't get caught in a snowstorm. But you still got a hailstorm coming. Everybody. Listen, y'all got opportunity. Y'all got to get right. That man coming back here. And that man done swore himself out against you. You're in trouble. You look at what Eli did. I mean, unlike other parents, at least he said something. It ain't like he ain't act like he didn't hear, did Hayward? He told him, stuff y'all do is wicked. It's no good thing out here. Yeah, man, y'all make the people error, go wrong. It's real bad what y'all doing. But when he sent the word to Shmuel, he told him, but you didn't stop him. You didn't restrain him. At the 4th chapter. Even though he told him, if one man sinned against another, the Shaphat can judge that. But when a man sinned against Yahuwah, who won't entreat for him? You can get somebody to testify, be a witness for this action happened, me and taking their pen. I can possibly get Cam or possibly get you aware. Y'all could probably say some words anywhere, intervene to help to where we can fix this situation. It won't be so bad against me. But if it's against Yahuwah, who's going to entreat for you? That's tight. So y'all believe his word, don't you? Amen. So it makes sense he was up on that too, and he said, forgive them, they know not what they do. They sin against Yahuwah. Who's going to entreat for you? Wow. Wow. It's wonderful. It's way wonderful. We just need to really sit down and consider it. This is the 4th chapter, 4 and 1. Listen.
And the word of Shamuel came to all Yasharal. Now Yasharal went out against the Philistines to battle and pitched beside Ebenezer, and the Philistines pitched in Aphek. And the Philistines...
What were they pitching, pennies? They was erecting. Erect. We learned that from Nuach. Listen.
And the Philistines put themselves in array against Yasharal, and when they joined battle, Yasharal was smitten before the Philistines, and they slew of the army in the field about 4,000 men.
Yeah.
And when the people were come into the camp, the elders of Yasharal said, wherefore hath Yahuwah smitten us today before the Philistines?
Yeah.
Let us fetch the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah out of Shiloh unto us, that when it cometh among us, it may save us out of the hand of our enemies.
Look at that, boy. That thing's serious. They go and fetch the ark. Isn't that right? Save it from the hands of our enemies. Come on, son.
So the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring from thence the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah of hosts, which dwelleth between the cherubims, and the 2 sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there with the ark of the covenant of Elohim. Mm-hmm. And when the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah came into the camp, all Yasharal shouted with a great shout, so that the aritz rang again.
Yes.
And when the Philistines heard the noise of the shout, they said, what meaneth the noise of this great shout in the camp?
Hold what you got for a second. Did anybody pick up anything we were reading? Nobody picked up nothing. So what? What about it? How you shouted on the 2. Anybody picked up anything else? Okay. I expect my pay. Keep going.
What meaneth the noise of this great shout in the camp of the Abarim? And they understood that the ark of Yahuwah was come into the camp.
Yeah.
And the Philistines were afraid, for they said, Elohim is come into the camp. And they said, woe unto us, for there have not been such a thing heretofore.
Yeah.
Woe unto us, who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty Elohims?
Yes.
These are the Elohims that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness.
Yes.
Be strong and quit yourselves like men, O ye Philistines, that ye be not servants unto the Abarim.
Listen.
As they have been to you, quit yourselves like men and fight.
Listen.
And the Philistines fought, and Yasharal was smitten, and they fled every man into his tent, and there was a very great slaughter.
Come on.
For there fell of Yasharal 30,000 footmen.
Come on.
And the ark of Elohim was taken, and the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were
The who?
slain. The two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas,
What happened to them?
were slain.
What happened?
And there ran a man of Benjamin out of the army, and came to Shiloh the same day with his clothes rent,
Yeah.
and with arits upon his head. And when he came, lo, Eli sat upon a seat by the wayside watching,
Yeah.
for his heart trembled for the ark of Elohim.
Yeah.
And when the man came into the
I was turning the
city,
heat up. It's getting chilly here, is it, man? Yeah, we turn that heat up some. Yeah. I thought, man, we ain't gonna get all that. It's a little chill. Try to keep them on. I see Cam Bride over here, her knocking, her eyes trying to come back. That put more work on Cam. Go ahead.
and when the man came into the city and told it, all the city cried out. And when Eli heard the noise of the crying, he said, What meaneth the noise of this tumult? And the man came in hastily and told Eli.
Yeah.
Now Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were dim, that he could not see.
Come on.
And the man said unto Eli, I am he that came out of the army, and I fled today out of the army. And he said, What is there done, my son?
Yeah.
And the messenger answered and said, Yasharal is fled before the Philistines, and there have been also a great slaughter among the people, and thy two sons also, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of Elohim is taken.
What happened?
And it came to pass, when he made mention of the ark of Elohim, that he fell from off the seat backward by the side of the gate, and his neck brake, and he died.
Mm-hmm.
For he was an old man and heavy, and he had judged Yasharal 40 years.
Listen.
And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child, near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings of the ark of Elohim was taken, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and travailed, for her pains came upon her.
Yeah.
And about the time of her death, the women that stood by her said unto her, Fear not, for thou hast borne a son. But she answered not, neither did she regard it. And she named the child Ichabod, saying, The glory is departed from Yasharal, because the ark of Elohim was taken, and because her father-in-law and her husband. And she said, The glory is departed from Yasharal, for the ark of Elohim is taken.
Destroyed his house. Just like he said. He ain't got to get you today. Reason why we read there, just letting you know, all that came upon it to happen just to slay his son. The people transgressed. And you know what's about that? Look at Yashayahu right quick. 9:16. Listen.
For the leaders of this people
Cause them
to err,
and they
that are led of them
are,
destroyed.
make sense? The two sons of Eli, the one that caused them the error. Huh? They were the leaders, and the people fell, 30,000. You know, he took them down, and he also took down their watchmen. He told y'all that. Your cousin y'all told y'all a similar thing. If the people of the land take a man of their coast, and he see the sword coming, he don't warn the people. If the wicked die in their iniquity, I'm still going to require that blood at your hand. Nobody getting by. You can't go around and think you're going to escape. You're going to say, I had insufficient leadership. If you led wrong, you're still going to hell. This is the brain, this is the dumb functioning that people have. If my pastor wrong, then I'm not going to be accounted, because that's why you got to make sure you're seeking out the right person to be a shepherd over your soul. Those people wind up falling, and he clearly told, you make the people to err. They transgressing. He punished them, though. How are they going to escape if they neglected so great Sabbath? When he was told, I'm going to judge you in your house forever. I'm going to cut you. I swear y'all ain't getting in. But people do the same thing today that you reading. What was given us a foretime before y'all learning. That we through patience coming to the scripture, we supposed to have hope. I don't want to try it.
Amen.
Too easy to come take my little house down.
That's right.
I don't want to try him. The man already done swore what he going to do to him. Why would you play with him? Had the opportunity, could have cut the boys out, could have stopped them. I just say something to them. If they take it, they take it. Sometimes you can't just talk to them. You just got to get rid of them. Just being honest, because then you start looking at your soul. You become detrimental to my soul. It's tight. It's tight. Y'all hear me?
Amen.
It's just like even when the Spirit came on Caiaphas, he had no sin to realize. It said, expedient for us that one man should die, and not the whole congregation. It was expedient for Yashrael if them two boys had died, and they could have kept going. I don't know why we ain't looking at it that way. But the whole thing come down to something. You were warned. At the 37th chapter of the book of Barashit. Y'all all right today?
Amen.
We're just looking at some things. Barashit. Chapter 37, verse 1. We talking about that. Be not deceived. All of him is not marred. Whatsoever man sow, he reaped that, didn't it? He had to reap it. You love those boys enough not to restrain them. Love them enough to go to hell with them. That's tight, ain't it? That's how serious the word is. But not for all of us in here. Not for all of us watching it. It's not that serious. We just taking it, we just square. And don't realize how much fun you can have out there in the street with them people. That's just a dumb mind. Had that before. Been now, done that, got them T-shirts. Throw them in the trash. They ain't even worth having them. All that run out real soon. I'm telling you, you ain't escaping. There's no way you getting away, son. Nobody getting away. That's what I love about it. Let's look at the book. 37th chapter at verse 1. Listen.
And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger,
Yes.
in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob.
You know what his father was in the land? What was he again?
Stranger.
Don't tell me you can't be in the world and not be of him. In the land of Canaan, he wasn't no Canaanite. Dwelt right there with him. You said, you know, a Canaanite? Not at all. Don't tell me I can't be an American, and not be an American. You can't be an American. That's a lie. He dwelt in the land of Bush, so he was a stranger.
Amen.
When somebody passed through and they came through Yashrael and they weren't one of us, what were they? That was strange that dwelt among us. Ain't that right? That was something that dwelt, didn't keep none of our custom, not written. That's exactly what you were. You're a stranger. When you kept our law, our statute, the book, if you were going to sojourn with us, and you were going to mix in with us, then you're going to keep all our rituals and rites. Y'all hear me? Amen. So I am in America. I am not an American. I am a stranger. The book of Abarim told you they testified to that they were strangers. Listen.
These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock of his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives.
Yeah.
And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now Yashrael loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him.
What was the reason for hating him? Without a cause. They hated him. What happened, son?
And could not speak peaceably unto him.
Yeah, couldn't even talk to him right. What happened, son?
And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren. And they hated him yet the more.
Yeah.
And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about, and made obeisance to my sheaf. And his brethren said unto him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words.
Did we see that? Did we see that, what he told us? Y'all missed that. What? Huh? Yeah, he made another statement. I'm trying to see anybody to pick it up. That's what I payment. He told him about the sheep. They had rose up. And the other chief round about it all made obedience to it. They did it to him. No, they did it to him. Just like he told them they did. Let's see it at the 26th chapter. The soldiers, exactly right. When they put the scarlet on, they all bowed down to him and started calling him Malak. He already told you they did. The other sheep, they all surrounded him and they all made obedience unto him. They were mocking him, but they did exactly what the book told you. See, what is that, 26, 60, 58? Let me see what 58 say. Matthew, I do apologize. I know Cam was just sitting there, wait, what you say? We need a book. Have I been so long time with you? Yeah, you hadn't known me, brother. No. Matthew 26, 58. You see something? Checking. You looking like something I missed up there. All right, listen.
But Cuff followed him afar off unto the high priest's palace, and went in and sat with the servants to see the end. Now the chief priests and the elders.
Back me up. 27, 28. Make it 27, 27. Matthew 27, 27. Listen, that he worked good, don't it? Kick on real nice. Thank you. Listen.
Then the soldiers of the governor took Yahusha into the common hall.
Yes.
And gathered unto him the whole band of soldiers.
Listen, gathered unto him the who?
Whole band of soldiers.
Look at that, they gathered. You know what happened? Y'all didn't pay attention. He tried to tell y'all what he said we were binding sheep, meaning we were gathering together. See how I tell folks, I was just listening to a read. I don't know how y'all see him be so blind-minded. He said we were gathered, and he just happened to do what again? Tell him what the governor did.
The governor took Yahusha into the common hall and gathered unto him the whole band of soldiers.
Look at what he was doing. We know about gathering. That's what he told they were doing. Binding sheep. The only way to do it, you're going to gather them together. Listen.
And they stripped him and put on him a scarlet robe.
Tell him what happened, son.
And when they had platted a crown of thorns,
they did what?
They put it upon his head.
Tell him what else they did.
And a reed in his right hand.
Yeah.
And they bowed the knee before him.
And doing what?
And mocked him, saying, Hail, Malak of the Yahudim.
See that? When he told you to search the scripture, in them you think you have eternal life. They're talking about me.
Amen.
All of them sat down and had to bow down and had to bow the knee to him. Isn't that right? He was just giving you a small figure of what was going to come. Huh? Philippians, the 2nd chapter, told you that. At the 9th verse, that every knee was going to bow. Every tongue was going to confess. He was showing you the whole time. He's talking about me. Everything you read, talking about him. Back to the 37th chapter, Bereshit. Drop down and give me the 20th verse. 37-20. Bereshit. Listen.
Come now, brethren, come now therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit. And we will say, some evil beast has devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again.
Yes.
And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat, and his coat of many colors that was on him, and they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty, there was no water in it.
Yeah.
And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead, with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Mizraim. And Yehuda said unto his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood?
Yeah.
Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him.
That's good, right down. And what does it say? Let not our hand be upon him.
For he is our brother and our flesh.
For he is our brother and our flesh. Jump over and give me the 41st chapter. 40th chapter of the book of Bereshit. Y'all give me the 40th chapter. Forty and 1 will be fine. Verse 1. Listen. Chapter 40, verse 1. Listen.
And it came to pass after these things that the butler and the king of Egypt and his baker had offended their ruler, the king of Egypt, and Pharaoh was wroth against
Make it 41 and 1. Listen.
And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river, and behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine, and
42 and 1. Listen.
Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt,
Yes.
Jacob said unto his sons, Why do you look one upon another? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die.
Come on.
And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt, but Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob, sent not with his brethren.
Joseph's brother.
Yahusef's brother, Jacob, sent not with his brethren, for he said, Lest peradventure mischief befall him.
Mm-hmm.
And the sons of Yasharal came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan, and Yahusef was the governor over the land, and he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Yahusef's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the Aritz.
Did he tell them they're going to do it? Came right there and bowed their face right down to him. Told him, I dreamed a dream. I know I seen it. Listen.
And Yahusef saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, Whence come ye?
Come on.
And they said, From the land of Canaan to buy food. And Yahusef knew his brethren, but they knew not him.
Come on.
And Yahusef remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and said unto them,
See, he remembered the dream. What did he say?
Ye are spies.
You are spies. What did they do?
To see the nakedness of the land ye are come.
You see that? You tried to come to spy our land. Come on, son.
And they said unto him, Nay, my ruler, but to buy food are thy servants come.
Listen what else they're saying.
We are all one man's sons.
Yeah.
We are true men. Thy servants are no spies.
Wow. True men. We're not spies. Come on, son.
And he said unto them,
What did he tell them?
Nay,
No.
but
Come
to
on.
see the nakedness of the land ye are come.
Yes.
And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan, and behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not.
Yes.
And Yahusef said unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, Ye are spies.
Come on.
Hereby ye shall be proved by the life of Pharaoh. Ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither.
Yes.
Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely ye are spies.
Come on.
And he put them all together in ward 3 days. And Yahusef said unto them the 3rd day, This do and live, for I fear Elohim.
Come on.
If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses, but bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so.
Come on.
And they said one to another, We are verily guilty.
We are what?
Verily guilty.
We are truly guilty. Of what, son?
Concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear.
They don't know why this happened to them, Chris. They ain't got no idea how this happened. Just men, all of them got the same daddy. All they trying to do about is go get some food because they was starving. Wind up getting him some joker they don't even know done snatched them up and throw them in jail and got them stuck in for 3 days, talking about they going to die, they spies, and they don't know what happened. We are what again, son?
And they said one to another, we are verily
We
guilty.
said one, they said one to another.
We are verily guilty concerning our brother.
What happened?
In that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear.
What happened?
Therefore is this distress come upon us.
I don't know why we be suffering. Sometimes you have to pray and wait on the Lord to reveal it to you. Y'all see this? They ain't no, how did this come? They wind up getting in prison, somebody talking about killing them. They know why. They know what this whole thing about. I used to sit around being stupid. We know exactly what's going on. We know exactly why this done fell on us and happened. Why that man done accused us of something. Because we accused our brother of something. We know exactly why we thrown in prison. We wound up throwing this man down in a grave. And we lied. Then we done thought that we were true men. No, we lied. We took back the coat that our father and said some wild beast had done fallen upon him. And knew we sold the man off. That's why I love that book. That book right. You go back and look at that book. The book right. None of y'all ain't suffering for nothing you ain't done. And none of y'all ain't here and got away with nothing you ain't going to pay for. That's what's right about this book. Them boys had to pay for that. Got to pay for that. They said we heard his anguish. When we put him in now, we saw that man angry when he was up on the tube. Man was saying he 31, ran up. We told him, leave him alone. Let's see if he come and help him. You seen his anguish. Now, why are you going to hell again? Thank you. You know why. We know why. Huh? They're going to testify against you. Huh? Man sat here and all this stuff didn't happen, and we sit here and we know why. We know why we're going through the thing. And then for you to continue to keep going the wrong way, it's just dangerous. It's suicide. It's suicide to keep going the wrong way. Well, we got the best opportunity today to make sure we get this thing right. And for you to sit around and still be a stupid, idiot fool to continue to transgress, you still got to pay. Why would you keep stacking up more sin against you? You ain't escaping. You not getting away. It's for each one of us to sit down and consider, not to mention once you make that transformation, that's what I look at. Why are you going to suffer for these sinners out here and go to jail and go to hell for them instead of suffer for righteousness' sake?
Amen.
If I'm going to go to jail, I'm going to go to jail because I'm going to be doing the right thing.
Amen.
Not going to be no murderer, no hypocrite. At the book of Cuff, 4th chapter, Olive. Four and 1. Some of y'all don't like this, do you? Not all of them. All of them don't love it. They don't realize we need to sit back and consider. How many of y'all have wondered though in the past why you've been going through things, why things happen? Ain't it good when you say you know the word? You know why. And they testified. They said our sin done testified against us. Our fathers never knew what happened. The man told us clearly, even with Moshe. He said, I testify against you this day, that you will not prolong your days on the land where you're going to possess it. But you shall utterly perish. When they saw themselves leaving the land and saw themselves dying, they didn't know why? Come on. They knew why. I used to sit around being stupid folks. We know why we're suffering. Then as soon as we do something, we think we're supposed to get some quick wrap-up forgiveness, everything gone, and we should be back out here running the street again. Don't happen like that. Got to suffer for it. That's all I got. I got folks that y'all made so many bad decisions. When you make a sin decision, then what you got to consider. You don't get to dictate how long you suffer for it. You can't suffer. I can't go out and make a decision. I'm going to just steal $5, $10 from him. And I should probably pay 5 days, 10 days, 10 minutes, 5, 10 months. Man, that $5, $10 might be 15, 20 years. Might be 30. Isn't that right? That's the thing about it. You don't get to dictate. He don't let you, well, you choose how long you want to suffer. No, I'm going to reward you for that one. Huh? I'm going to make you suffer. Isn't that right? If you're going to be saved, you're going to have to suffer. This is first Cuff. Fourth chapter. Listen. First Peter, for them don't know. 1 Peter 4 and 1. Looking at that camera, someone saying, thank you, in him. Listen. That's what bad folks look at them. Thank you. Listen.
For as much then as Mashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh,
So arm yourself
likewise
with the same
mind
For he that has suffered in the flesh.
hath ceased from sin.
So what you think it is? When I had to give up marijuana and drinking, I had to suffer in the flesh. Because my body had adapted to that taste, to that behavior. So now when I was going to stop it, it was going to be a constant drive of saying, one more time, you got to get it again. Just one more time. After this time, we're going to stop. Just go ahead and get this one. This is it. This. Every time you keep feeding it, don't never die. Anything you're trying to kill, you don't never want to feed it or water it. You don't ever want to do that. When you want to die, don't give it nothing. That's what he did to you. He wants you to die. He didn't feed you. He wouldn't give you water. You didn't realize that. Go get a plant and you want to die and keep putting water and fertilizer on it. What are they going to do? If you want to die, you take away that food and water. He wanted you to die one time. Your forefather, he wanted you to die. There's no way for you to exist without food and water. Do we agree? Look at the book of Amos, 8 and 11 right quick. Let me help y'all out. They don't look at it like this. There are a state agency that will arrest you if they find out you're not feeding and watering your kids. That's criminal. Because you know why? They can die. Listen to this. This is the 8th chapter of the book of Amos, 8 and 11. What you got in First Cough, the 4th chapter? Olive. 4th chapter, Olive, Cough. This is Amos 8 and 11. Listen what he said.
Behold, the days come, says
The Yom come, says who?
Yahuwah Elohim,
What happened, son?
that I will send a famine in the land,
Not a famine of what?
bread,
Nor,
a thirst for water,
but of hearing.
the words of Yahuwah.
What happened, son?
And they shall wander from sea to sea,
From what else, son?
and from the north even to the east.
And
They shall run to and fro
seeking
to seek the word of Yahuwah,
and shall not.
find it.
That's death to you. That's death to you. You didn't even look at it like that, did you? He just told you it ain't going to be a famine of bread or water. Relax. He ain't trying to kill us. Whew. That scared us. Another famine? Last famine, he wiped us out by the thousands. He said this famine won't be a bread or water. I don't want you concerned about that. It's just going to be hearing the word. And you're going to be wandering to and fro, seeking it. You're going to be able to find it. Matthew Yahoo chapter 4 and 1. Whew, that scared me for a minute. I thought he was trying to kill us. This is Matthew Yahoo 4 and 1. Listen.
Then was Yahusha led up of the Ruach into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
Come on, son.
And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights,
What happened?
he was afterward and hungered.
That's trying to kill him? He hadn't eaten water, hadn't eaten bread or drinking water in 40 days? This is a death sentence. And afterward,
And afterward and hungered.
real hungry. What happened, son?
And when the tempter came
What did he do?
to him, he said, If thou be the son of Elohim, command that these stones be made bread.
For what reason?
But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone,
Man shall not live.
by bread alone,
Man shall not live,
by bread alone,
but by
every word
that proceeded.
out of the mouth of Elohim.
So he was trying to kill you in Amos. See how they would have thought they were smart, though, they? We ain't got to worry about starving. We ain't got to worry about the brooks drying up no more. You just worry about you ain't going to have the word. And by the way, stupid, that's how you live. See how he'll set you up? He sets you up every time you think you smart. That's why we can't play with this man. It's a death sentence the man take the word from you. You can't make it. The man showed he was 40 days, 40 nights. He hadn't ate. He said afterward he was hungry. Y'all be hungry after 4 minutes. 4 seconds. He wasn't hungry after 40 days. And thirsty. And he just let the devil know that's not how you live, but by every word. So he let you know by all moves. Now you want to learn that did not come along to happen. I was trying to kill you. That's why I took the word away from you. I wanted you to utterly perish. I want to make sure that you're done and you're going to be utterly destroyed. You can't make it without the word. Come on, somebody, that 4th chapter. First cup. Olive. 4th chapter. Where we left off at?
Verse
Fourth
2.
Verse 2. And verse 1, he tells you, for much then as the Mashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, so arm yourself likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh, that he should no longer
Live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men,
but
to the will of Elohim.
yes,
For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
you hear that? You should be done with that. That time you said somebody done passed. They're not here anymore. He said that time should have passed. That life should be over with. Getting high, getting drunk, fornicating, hanging in the street, doing stealing, lying, and cheating. That life's supposed to be dead. That's the will of the Gentile. That's a bastard's will. That's what the bastards do. Huh? We testify like they did. We all the sons and daughter of one man. We ain't got no business acting like no bastards. Listen.
When we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries,
Yeah.
wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot,
Speaking good.
evil of you.
They ought to be talking evil to me. They don't talk you, they nigga. Because you do what they do. Them bastards love you. Them bastards hate me. They speak evil of us. I don't run with them. Huh?
Amen.
That's accent. We ain't got time for that foolishness. Come on, son.
Who shall give account to him?
Wow. See, letting you know that they ain't got away with that, though. Who should give what?
Who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the
Man,
dead?
something ready. I'm ready to send you to hell. He ready to get the dead and the living. Man, something ready. That's the thing you got to consider. Do people pay attention to this? The man sitting on ready. That's why he got him sitting there. The man I'm on ready. Huh? And I told you when I come, my reward is with me. Get it every man according to their work should be. I'm ready. I'm ready to send the living and the dead straight to hell that done disobeyed. Listen.
For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh,
Yeah.
but live according to Elohim in the spirit.
Yeah.
But the end of all things is at hand.
Uh-oh. Y'all hear that? That thing winding up. What happened, son?
Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer.
How you gonna be sober and you drunk, smoking weed, sniffing cocaine, on some doing X pills? Listen.
And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves,
Yes.
for charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
Listen.
Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man hath received the gift,
So what?
even so ministers the same to another,
Come on.
as good stewards of the manifold grace of Elohim.
Yeah.
If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim.
Yeah.
If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Elohim giveth.
That.
Elohim in all things may be glorified through Yahushua HaMashiach,
Listen.
to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
That's why we mess up at. Some of us in here, that's where a lot of y'all faint coming from. The fire, he said, why you think it's strange? The fiery trial, they're going to come and try you. Come on.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
Watch it. The strangest thing happened to me the other day. How we get this conversation? But Leon, you ain't gonna believe it. Some strange stuff been going on in my life. Man, just told you, why you even thinking like that? Concerning the trial that's gonna come on you? Come on, y'all. Did them boys say it was mighty strange? It's mighty strange we got arrested when all we were trying to do is buy some corn. They know this wasn't strange. This makes sense. Only it don't make sense when you don't know him. Listen.
But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of the Mashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Listen.
If ye be reproached for the name of the Mashiach,
Sad.
happy are ye.
You ought to be happy. Listen.
For the spirit of glory and of Elohim resteth upon you.
Listen.
On their part he is evil spoken of,
But on your part,
he is glorified.
listen.
But let none of you suffer as a murderer,
Or,
as a thief,
or,
as an evildoer,
and what else?
or as a busybody in other men's matters.
That's where you get in trouble, get in other folk business. Listen.
Yet if any man suffer as a Yahudi, let him not be ashamed,
Listen.
but let him glorify Elohim on this behalf.
Come on, son.
For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Elohim.
That's what I love about it. He talking to us. He gonna get us first. That's what he doing. He get us next, punishing us. It start with us first. And if it first,
Begin at us,
which we would use what? The Rosh. First. Tell them what happened, son.
what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Elohim?
What you think gonna happen to these other people? They ain't obeying. And you look at we getting paid back and how rigorous, how hard it is on us for those that turn our lives and really commit our lives to do what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to, and you suffer. He said, how hard you think gonna be on these other people that ain't obeying? Why am I telling y'all all of this? Because you have a lot of playing going on among you guys. There's no fear of Elohim in you. You're dangerous minded. You're a threat to everything right. You guys don't consider this man gonna give you restitution. The sad part is you guys hear the word. It's no changing. Y'all set your heart and you set your mind to continue to go contrary. The man keep warning. How long? How long do you think that man gonna keep crying out and trying to tell you what you need to do and you hadn't turned and you hadn't done it? Eventually, you're gonna find yourself sitting in a burning hell. Eventually, you're gonna find yourself in a burning hell. You know when everybody get repentance and remorse? When you get caught. That is not repentance. That is not repentance. Huh? Some should drive you before. There are people that turn to him when they heard him, not after they were caught up in a situation. Y'all hear me? Y'all keep to there's no end, there's no let out, there's no getaway. Then what a trust I got but to serve him. He don't want you with that restraint. I remember years ago going into the military when I was supposed to go in. They had in the 70s and early 80s, they could sentence you to go in the military. How many of y'all remember that? Years ago in the 70s, 60s. Yeah, if you did something bad, they'll sentence you. You go to court, first offense, they'll sentence you to the military. That was your out. That's how a lot of people got in the military. A lot of people you hear early 70s and early 80s, early 80s, and back in 60s, you get a call, the judge that say prison or military. They said military. The military came up with a standard later in the 80s saying, we don't want them. We refuse to sit here and take criminals based off of we your last alternative. They said it was an insult. If you was an illiterate or you were ignorant, you know where you went? To the military. Military came out with a test called the ASVAB saying, we refuse to take ignorant people. We don't need dummies. I don't want people think all I need is somebody that can tote a gun. I need somebody with a brain in their head. They started setting scores. They set standards. Yahuwah sat back saying, I've always been like that. I don't want you to come to me as your last result. I want you to come to me because you ain't got nobody else. I want you to come and see already. You should have came to me at the first. That's a requirement for everybody to come to me. He don't need nobody saying, I ain't have no other choice. So if it been another choice, you wouldn't have came. Yep, I don't want you. Huh? It's like some of y'all in a relationship. Somebody tell you, well, you my last alternative, I'll take you. Thank you. I don't want you. If I ain't at the top of the picking, I don't want you. I don't want to live with the fact it's somebody else, it's 5 and 6 more other niggas over me that could have had you. And one of them turned, then you gone. That's how Yahuwah look at it. He gonna be your first. He got to be your everything. Y'all hear me? He got to be your all in all. Y'all got me? But a lot of us hadn't done it. We keep playing around enough and figure once we finally trap ourselves into a bad enough situation, then we'll be able to get out of it. Y'all not escaping this one. Y'all have done a lot of playing. The way of y'all synagogue. From the teenager to the adult, y'all have done a lot of playing to him. But I just want to let you know, you will not escape. There hasn't been one thing done to him that ain't going to be revealed. Y'all hear me? Just like he told them, he said, whatever they said in the dark, it coming to the light. Everything you done, it just expose you and bring you out. Y'all hear me? And it's time for it to happen for us. Because y'all know why? It's getting late. It's getting late in the evening. Y'all know he ain't giving out true judgment on us yet. But this thing going to start winding up, and they're going to show whether you can take it. They're going to show what you're made of. Y'all hear me? When that man put something on you can't get yourself out of, you'll consider. Everybody here, you're going to consider. None of us in here suffering and going through nothing for no reason. Y'all hear me? Who in here don't know why they suffering or why they going through? Some of y'all know, you know what, some of them, they know they saying, I don't know why I'm suffering, why I'm going through, but I want to raise my hand because then he going to make me look stupid. I'm not going to make you look stupid. You know you're stupid. You know what you've done. Everybody here, we know what we've done. Huh? Our sin is not hidden from us. They testify against us. While we still here every day, them folks show you another black man gunned down, what they doing and how these people get off. It ought to be that way. It ought to be that way. He looking at, you know how much stuff you got away with? You know how many crimes you committed while we sat on them man's eyes? You know how many atrocities we done? How detestable, how many different things he did against us, how many things we did against, and he warned us and told us, we still did it. We let the lamps go out. We let the doors fall out the hinges. But when we start building church today, how beautiful. Man, we built some churches, though. We built some churches. He said, you let my lamps go out. You put lights out in front of them places on timers. So when the sun wasn't shining, you said, don't look right if the church look dark. You don't never know when folk come around the church any time of night for help. He said, but you left my house desolate. Huh? They made sure the church was cut, the church was clean. Y'all know how we work for the church. How many of y'all were hard workers in the church? We were hard workers. Folk could count us in the church. He said, but when you come on my way, I can't even count on you. We had to pay for that stuff. A lot of stuff we gave away to these idolatrous gods and these worship these people got them. Made all their program. Them folk come up and have folk to get up and patron. Y'all remember the patron list? Oh, you don't remember the Baptist? You have a patron list where you sign over how much you're going to give. They have a patron list. In there, you have to sign that patron list, what you're going to give. Put lines in there. I remember one time, man, my former pastor, Baptist, he get up, he stamped down. He said, I need $1,000. He said, all I need is a few people. And then when you get them, we were sitting there looking like $1,000. He said, I need some people that really, 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 really want to be blessed. He said some people that want to be blessed. That's all. I don't need everybody. That's all I need. You be sitting there saying, I need to be blessed. I really, really need, I was selling stuff like, man, I need a blessing. $100. That fella hit us so quick, man, listen. He was like, oh, wait. This is on the psychologist had up. The more he holler, ho, the more you coming. You think what you gonna move, who don't really need to be blessed? In that line every time. If it's $100, $200 line, I'm in it. I got to get it. I need a blessing right now. While I'm in the line, I need stuff to be broken. I need to be loose. Police need to be off my back. No wiretap on my phone. They made fools of them. But we made it our men to get up to do what we had to do for these people. Now we come along, we learn the truth, we don't sit in, we don't play. We tried to live right in them churches. Stuff got us, we were convicted, we felt wrong. Now we come to the truth, you hear the word, you see it, it's been unfolded to you, you got to understand it to it. Y'all can easily go and lay, smoke weed and drink, hang out, commit adultery, everything known to man, lie, cheat, steal, gamble. Y'all done everything in him. But nobody in here had done nothing that y'all going to escape. We start out, how are we going to escape if we neglect so great salvation? The man done told us, why are we still playing with it? Everything under the sun have been committed in him. Then folks want to know when he going to stop. Why I got it don't seem fair though. People looking at me funny, Boston. That's all you got going on. You're going to be burning after a while. You worry about people looking at you funny? Man, it's because of your transgression. It's because of your sin. I don't like people looking at me. What you do, nigga? Been a nigga. That's why people looking at you. Niggas ought to be put on spectacle. Niggas have to be on display. Isn't that right? Why? Because you're a nigga. Folks, we got to get this stuff right. Y'all have played too long. Y'all hold stuff. You drag stuff out. You're hard-headed. You're contrary. And you underpay for it. We don't just look at 2 stores of people paying for it. Y'all got to pay for it. What did man wipe your whole family out? Huh? I just dropped by to warn you. Y'all going to give an account. You ain't got to believe me. It ain't got to be today or tomorrow. You don't give an account. But I tell you how something going to happen. Check more time. Check more time. Y'all will see it. At California. They ain't got to believe me. They go ask them what happened. Give me that 10th chapter book of Matthew Yahoo right quick. 10 and 11 be fine. I'm going to try to get ready and let y'all go here shortly. Because I got some work we got to do when we get finished. Some of y'all don't understand why, like when he did the feet washing. But hereafter, you'll understand. I appreciate those that already have participated. By the time I'm through, all of the way y'all will. This is the 10th chapter of the book of Matthew Yahoo, verse 10 will be fine. Listen.
Nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat.
Come on.
And into whatsoever city or town you shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till you go thence.
Go to California, just see. Put the note out, let them know you down. He said, you know, whoever worthy, they'll come. Listen.
And when ye come into an house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you.
Yeah.
And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet.
What happened, son?
Verily, I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city.
California got hell to pay. Y'all got a check waiting on y'all, California. Ain't that right? Y'all got a debt coming to you, receipt. It say you owe hell. Can't tell these folks, let me tell you something. Do y'all know how many men of Elohim that's out here crying out speaking the word? You know what the problem is? They not what people looking for. A lot of us are not what people, that's why they missing them. Just like Yahushua came on the scene. Are you him or we seek one to come? Because you're really not what we're looking for. We have our own vision of what you should look like. We had an ideal of what we want. Actually, I formulated what I would like. If I had to say what I want my Savior to look like, what I want my Savior to drive, what I want my Savior, my personal Savior. So he come along, he ain't living, ain't driving, ain't looking the way I want him to look. He not my Savior. He your Savior. He not my Savior. Y'all hear me? It made a mess. These people done made a mess out here. These folks don't realize this man tearing these places up. Do y'all know their word going out? I'm not the only one. There are men of Elohim crying out all over the place. But they missing it. They're missing because it ain't what they looking for. It just don't look right. It don't seem right. The name calling, the yelling. That's not what Jesus would do. Exactly. Jesus wouldn't. Please don't judge her by Jesus. You're going to miss every time. Listen.
Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Come on.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
What else happened?
And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake.
We heard that before, didn't we? Why would the governors? Who are the governors and who else?
And kings for my sake.
Yeah.
For a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
I said like Shaul said, I must see Rome.
Amen.
I got to see these people. He appealed for Caesar. I got to see Barack. Or whatever nasty, decrepit white man they got up there for a testimony against them. Got to see these people.
Amen.
Anytime you can't know, we always done ran across these people rulers. Huh? Even with Abraham, he had to see the ruler of Gerar, the king of Gerar. Ain't that right? For a witness against him.
Amen.
Gave him an opportunity to change to get it right. He said he was a righteous man, a righteous nation, didn't he?
That's right.
He said, I would heal you from touching their wife, because had you touched them, I would surely kill you and the people. You and the people were going to die. Ruler of the people caused them the error, and they done let them are destroyed. Y'all can sit around and take it light if you want to. The man out he ain't got to see their ruler. Got to go see. Before the magistrate, got to go to court. Huh? Got to see their governor. Got to see him. It's going to be a witness against these people. Y'all more time. Listen.
But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak.
Come on, son.
For it is not ye that speak, but the Ruach of your Father which speaketh in you.
Come on, son.
And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents.
Tell me these kids ain't doing it now. Hard-headed, parent can't tell them nothing. Talk back, mama, grandma. I say throw them niggas out. I don't play that stuff. I tell you, I don't play none of that junk. Both my boys bigger than me. They don't play no stuff like that. We don't even play them type of games. You ain't staying here. You can go and die and burn in hell, as far as I'm concerned. You won't stay here and pull that junk. I tell you, I don't get them one time. That one time, they'll be there last time. They'll be all right. Got to run your house and got to run it right. Let the man come back on me and take me down. I can't be talking to you. I'll lay hands on you, get you out of here. You even have me messed up and going to hell with you. You going to hell, you don't go to hell by yourself. Can't drag me with you. Y'all hear me? I said, a lot of y'all know, y'all raising up some little hellacious kids now in here. Kids doing all kind of dumb stuff. Cut them out while they live. They'll be all right. Right now, I was growed up on beating. Ain't that right? Oh, yeah, they got their way, son. Where they at now? Like the book told you, I kept beating that behind. They get old. They won't depart. Ain't that right? You don't let them win. You got to keep beating them until they get it right. But we got to stay on their path. All that stuff y'all be trying to do with them, you don't help these kids down. I just watch a lot of y'all. Some of y'all be honest with y'all. I don't even be wanting these kids around me, some of these kids. I'll let y'all kids, I just be honest with y'all. Some of these kids here, I'm going to tell you who I would like to call on him. Who said it best? Miss Sealer. No. Y'all some rotten kids. Some of you kids, y'all kids rotten. I ain't never seen so many out of control kids in my life, and some of the worst unparent I ever seen in my life. I see something, I just looked over there like it don't even exist. I said, I just ain't never seen it. And they so sensitive, you don't want to control me, you don't want to do nothing to them. Who you think gonna have them after a while? When them people get your kids, what you think they gonna do with them? Y'all like y'all be on some doing stupid Jew with these kids. I'm old school. Man, please. Some of that stuff y'all be, I just be surrounded. Can't nobody sitting there tune. They just, God, I ain't never seen nothing like that for my. I just ain't never grow up like that. I'm not used to seeing it. Watch some of the stuff y'all do. It don't make sense. All that talking ain't getting nowhere. Talk to that behind. That's part of rearing a child. They going to get in them whipping. They got to take it. They get it where you can't hit them. They going to try it. It's time you to go. Cause I want to kill you. You're going to lose them. I'm going to shoot you. Trying to tell him I got time for that stuff, man. Just time to roll. Hit the street. Do your thing out there. You can't do it here. Can't woof up here. I don't play no stuff like that. Y'all got too much be going on with these kids. I was tight on mine for a reason. Now they grown up to be young men and move on by the other. Ain't no time to do all that now. That time, I don't even have that time for all that stuff. Man, go on and leave, man. I ain't got time to shoot you, man. I'm trying to shoot somebody else. Go on out there in the street, man. Like, let me shoot somebody. I don't want to shoot you. Go on and hit the street. Let me shoot somebody else. Y'all got to lay you out like school clothes in. They your son, you be like, I ain't got time to do that. Go ahead and roll. You'll be all right. Let my blood pressure get up there. Little kid, you already put all that fussing, yelling, whipping, beating. You like, get a say, you like, man, you got time for all that stuff now. Go ahead and roll. You done made your own will long. Go ahead and try it out there with them people. Because you'll run out one of them pills, let one of them bury you. Let them pay your life insurance, too. I ain't got time enough fool with these kids, man. These kids will lay on your heart, man. They'll run you down and have you somewhere laid up there, and they still ain't going to change. Huh? I got uncle, my mama, one of her brothers, one that said he didn't give a blank about me. I tell you, he didn't give a blank about him either. Somebody asked me, is he going to be at the wedding? I said, I hope not. He dead. They want to see it. They say, you think he going to be there? Like, what you want to see him for? But yeah, his kids killed him. They worried to death. Man, but him and his wife died before they could put him in the ground. They had already pawned everything. That joker died. Listen, funeral one, but like 5 days later, whole house was empty. Listen, they had pawned they were sleeping on mattresses on the floor. Daddy had a house. $5,000 to pay the house out. He had it built from the ground after insurance from his wife, his insurance. Built it from the ground. He ain't have a $5,000 to pay it out. He just left. He didn't want to pay it off too fast. He died that week before we put him in the ground. Them joker had pawned every piece of furniture out. They was on mattresses on the ground. When they came to the funeral, the body was getting ready to get carried out. Them niggas just showed up. I started looking at them like, the man, they was like, I said, y'all just getting here? I had to get the man to open it. I said, open up and let them boys see. They were like, it closed. I said, let them boys see their dad. They look, they said, Closed it back down, them niggas pawned the house. Drug dealer got it from him, $5,000 for some rock. Gave up a house. I had a fella be saying, I wonder where they at. I hope they're in hell. Rotten kids. Mama died, they done pawned her shoes. Punch bowl. Listen, we ain't even got to them jokers done ran everything. They ain't spend no time. When I tell you about these kids, get your heart. Get rid of them jokers. Waste no time with them. I don't know why kids do it. Sometimes the best way it's your kid. It don't make you feel good. But just to sit there and let them kill you, these niggas wait on you to die and take everything you got. Now, you don't let my heart. Get on out here and go on out there in the street with them people. Them people out there ain't going to be easy with them. Them people out there, they'll get you. You're running to the right one out there. There's some folks out there breaking that street now. Ain't that right? That street the best place to break. It's going to make you or break you. It'll turn you around and get you right, or you'll wind up dead out there in it. Y'all hear me? Let these kids, man. I get on y'all about these kids here. Y'all be playing around. I'm trying to tell you, they'll break your heart later now. They'll break your heart. Sometimes you rather just see them out your face and lay in your face and die. These kids will kill you. Y'all hear me? Trying to run behind them, trying to give them everything, trying to let them do what they want to do. Got to cut some of that junk out. You tell them something, that's what I meant. But that way to do it, be real swift and to the point. When I tell you something, that's what I meant. I hear a great word. He said, I tell you something, that's what I meant. That joke be standing there, just going to close your eyes. Because you finna get hit with a crooked, rough hand. That thing finger, they never straighten out. Them things be like that. Scarlet. Start to go. You just feel it. Yep, I done messed. I ain't had to take a laxative. That joker hit you, you be like, man, I know ain't nothing in my. I would have had high blood pressure, he would still hit me now. Joker hit you, all your blood pressure be right. Y'all hear me? All this stuff, I'm trying to got to cut their fools out. I tell you, I got too much. Y'all just have so much going on. How white kids just do it? Even for him, little kids, them nigga over here talk, little baby just gone. Somebody else watch them. That's not everybody. That's your responsibility. What is wrong with y'all? Hey, that's something y'all do just unconscionable. I be thinking, are y'all conscious? They say looking crazy now. Y'all heard that? Yeah. They heard it. I'm just old school, man. Where are you? Where your kid? Where I am, it's just like he said, there should you be also. Can't have everybody watching. You can't, listen, you need what they, y'all just laughing, giggling, farting, poop. Child out here done got on I-20. In my truck. I'm old school. Your behind need to be right over here. I need to know where you at. I didn't know if you with somebody, I need to make sure they respond. They ain't pass you off. If I done gave him my baby, you can't got my baby, I don't want to see Dwayne with him. And then it's still here with Heloisa, too much transfer. If I gave you my child, guess who you need to bring the child back to me, let me get my. Dwayne got then, Heloisa just got him called Dwayne wasn't looking, and then what? Y'all got too much going on. That's too much child passing. They're like hot potato. Who hot? They keep passing. Can't have everybody have no child. Everybody is not skilled. Somebody got your child, you need to give my child back. You got to be responsible. Y'all hear me? That's your biggest investment. Kid all rolled on floors and under tables. But I went to that birthday party, went up there sitting, I just been with child. Woo, child. I did my best work when I stayed in that food court. I said, I can't take this stuff. I was going to get my food and bring it back. I stayed my black behind right there food. It was so peaceful. I was looking at them nasty Mexicans. I said, this is so peaceful. Ooh, they stink too. But it was so peaceful. These kids flipping and going all in front of, I see grown folks trying to come out in front of pool. Y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all are embarrassing. Y'all are embarrassed with y'all kids. And it ain't nobody mind what country, but just thinking. Because I know if I go somewhere, if I'm trying to walk, I don't want nobody's kids in front of me flipping. I'm trying to get by. I don't want to say to your kid, what? Did you say something to my child? Now I'm finna go get my gun. Now I got to shoot you because you weren't handling your kid. Why you yelling at me? If I said something to your kid, why your kid over here? Y'all got to learn some stuff you don't do. People watch y'all when y'all go places y'all do stuff. People looking at y'all. I'm saying, why I said, too much for me. I went that food because I had just a beautiful time. Did you enjoy yourself at food? It was so, the Mexicans, they stink now. They ugly. And they dress funny. But it was just peaceful out there. Crowds of people just going. Wasn't no little kid flipping and doing that. One Mexican man tried to jump into the line. I told him too. You think you finna, that nigga just easing up. You know, he just said, if I did big, hey man, I've been spotted you. When you that tall, you see midgets a long way. He don't even realize that. When you that tall, you just see way, I've been seeing you midget. I've been trying to help y'all out. Y'all think things are trying to kill you. I'm not trying to kill you. It's just a certain way we got to do things. We are of the Abarim. It's such, we can't have going on with us and our kids. These other people, kids can do what they want to do. When we out and we got our kids, we can't have our kids out bounced all over everywhere. We got to watch them. I'll tell you somebody pop up right quick and got one. Whoop. Then niggas sit around to my, what? Where Cam at? He gone. Where Riley? Why am I looking for Cam and Riley? Because I remember, I thought they seen him. You thought they seen him. Let me tell you something. I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. Y'all don't think a lot. I watch y'all. I let y'all just do stuff. Y'all not conscious. Y'all really don't be conscious. Y'all know how many people go to them places? Everybody going to them places. If you're a check, you know what they don't have? Kids. You know why? Because enough people unattended, I can get one of yours. It's always a parent caught up with a video game, too busy with pool, not doing something, they just watch them. Kids just done walked off and ease off and get them and gone. Then it's a news story. Then some old ignorant nigga sitting there crying and snot bubbling, don't know what happened. I just turned my back for how long? A minute. Your back wasn't turned but a minute. Pull the clock. Been hours since you seen your kid. Your kid in another state. Why are you still looking around inside this store? Your kid on a plane to a foreign country. I just need y'all to just become conscious. These people out here are not here for y'all good. These people, there are people that's just really not for your good. Do y'all understand me? Do y'all not know everybody among us and not others? They even told you that. He said they went out from us. Why? No doubt that they were of us. What they would have done? They would have continued our work, but they went out that they might be made that they were not of us. We got some folk going around that's still of us. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. There's some people that went out from us, they not of us. How can some people never been with us of us? They went out so they could be made manifest. There are people that ain't never been with. How are we so comfortable with all these strange people out here? People that getting robbed. Y'all see how many people getting robbed and getting killed on the news? No, you hadn't. Too busy in these stupid duck dynasty. You thought I want to see some rednecks buy some ducks? Do you know I thought that was a cartoon? I don't know none of these people. I don't watch no Christians. The man looks like a fag from the commercial. He ain't never banged that lady before in his life. Them kids, them artificial insemination of kids. He got them kids simulated. That boy ain't had sex with that girl. He probably slept with that boy. He ain't never slept with that girl. I don't watch none of these people. Y'all hear me? They reality show they're all garbage. They show these caveman white people out here, filthy rich, and they look like hillbilly. That just make a fool out of you. Man, they show dumb you down. My wife was the Braxton. I don't know them helpers except for Tony. I ain't even know she had nobody else. I don't want to know her mama. That's too much. That's like a relationship. We was at Lenny Mama, and she said, oh, that's that girl. I said, who? That girl? I said, who? That T.I. baby. Who, baby mama? I don't know that helper. Yeah, that's it, baby. She gonna shade. She a celebrity. How she a celebrity? The man just grind you. You ain't the only one helper. They just making up celebrities. Nigga can't act, can't sing. You get banged by a man, then you a celebrity? Y'all, why they dumb you down. Y'all don't realize, them folks watching you through that TV, they realize you're being dumbed down. They laughing at you. These people don't really live like that. You actually think they're going to expose you to their personal private business? They show enough to make a fool out of. Adam was spraying me about this show. She's so sweet. Come here, come here, come here. Come on. So sweet. Come here. Daddy Nook. She found out some information the other day. Oh, bless her. She listens to it's a YouTube story, and the man got exposed because he had an affair with his wife. And they came out on YouTube, and they explained how they were going to stay together, and though the affair came out. I said, how many views it went up? She said, like 400,000. I said, you know they made up to make a fool out of you so you can keep watching. Oh, give me a hug. You think these folk came out with a personal business of having an affair on YouTube? This already is a drama show, make a fool out of y'all people. And they set it up, and now they got, listen, the views went up, and they showing to explain how we're going to stay together. I know some of you are saying I'm stupid. You really think these people, I said, she said, yeah, I said, these people see y'all coming. Do y'all know how many of you people get these cameras, start on you, this show you just how little bit of time y'all have. Your life has nothing going on in it. That you on YouTube, that you watching these people all day in front of this camera, and you know where they got it from? Tell you where they got it from. Y'all missed it. They got it from Law and Order. Law and Order had an episode that girl come on out dancing around and she gets kidnapped. Somebody broke in our house and kidnapped her and her boy beat her, but whole thing was staged. They got, see what they watch on TV, they start saying, I could get a camera and do that and people follow me and make up this movie all day. And some of these people ain't doing nothing. Chanel, we hope you feel better. She watch it. They had another ignorant Mexican with him. She used to watch him. They tell me, it's just people on there. They just showing their life on. Do you know these people are dangerous? When you just get a camera and just start opening up your whole life to people from nowhere you don't know, that's just watching your whole day and your whole life, who have nothing to do but a bunch of losers. These people are losers. Go find these people, show me something. Show me what they do. Tell them, do this. Say, pull these out right quick. They losers. That's how they had the time to watch these people. The people you're watching are losers. I'm an interested man. You think I got time to hold the camera all day and show these people I'm at? No. I'm busy. Like, man around made me slip in cars. But I'm trying to help y'all out. They just show you people looking for something. People look, you know this stuff lies and staged, and you still keep watching it. What does it say about you? You fall into these people's trap. Don't look at that junk. I just think this stuff retarded. I look at my stuff, my wife, it'd be recording this stupid stuff. Mara Chan, what's the name of that? What's the name of the show here? I'm thinking it's the movie Rosewood. I'm trying to clear. I said, I like that nigga went in Rosewood. They record all. When do you have time to watch this foolishness? I just can't get it. I don't know. This stuff is beyond me. I just tell you, the reason why I tell you this, because you got to be real objective and be real wise about what you entertain, what you get, because it will become part of your psyche and it become part of your behavior. Believe it or not, watch people that watch a lot of wrestling. They're always putting their hands on folks. They get a part of the psyche. Look at it, right back down, don't it? WWE stuff, he record all the time. What is that, Austin? You every week, the boy know everybody. I remember the time he thought Vince McMahon got blowed up in a car. They pulled my poor child out there. They had my poor child out there so bad. My poor child got every episode. Before he go to school on Monday, he recorded 2 of the ones he can watch. I made him go to bed. He like, no, dude, leave it on record. I record all of them. My TV full of all of the Raws, the SmackDown. I said, who is doing it? Nobody but Bryce. Because in your mind, you be thinking you connected to something. You know that he follow these people. He follow them, give them a fake follow back. I was like, you don't actually think these people follow. They don't even know you. They know how to shoot you one of them fake, look like they following you, so you'll start buying that stuff. You'll start watching, like NFL football. You see the new thing they finna do? They finna, oh, you finna be able to buy a ticket now where you can work out with the pros. When they work out, you're going to be in a glass room on the other side. You can work out with them. And you don't get, oh, no. They got, listen, everything changing. Listen, they finna sell you in. You're going to be able to come to the city and have a pool on top. You can be up there swimming. They down there working out. You're going to be coming to see certain training camps. And you're going to be able to see them all day. Just see them when they doing stuff. This is called Niggology 101. Make you pay more money, make you feel like you, because see, the fan ain't spending enough money. See, they maximize at these domes. Ain't but so much bill you gonna buy and so much you now I make you buy into a subscription of where you're gonna be able to watch and you come to the facility and work out with them. You just gonna be on the other side of the glass. They had this already, it's called the zoo. It's called the zoo. When glass partition and bars, it's the zoo. Stop letting these people dumb y'all down. That thing lets you can smell the jock strap. He go, stop it. Quit letting these people dumb y'all down. Break your mind away from these people. Always remember, just like with commercials, they're always there to sell you something. In these shows, they're selling you something. It's something you'd be wise enough to realize what they're trying to push. Just be aware of that. They don't put a commercial on for nothing. If you see a commercial, you see it come on once and you see it again, it come on again, it's because people buying it. You got to be smart enough to realize I'm not one of those idiots. Y'all hear me? You seen such and such what? I wouldn't even know anything about it. I just don't have the time and energy to watch them. Y'all hear me? I would watch Animal Planet. That ain't staged. Isn't that right? The news is staged. They don't gonna give you what they want you to know. Y'all hear me? Now we got to try to program our kids and break them. Another thing I thought, and I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go. They'd be tight too. They'd be tight. They don't take it. No, I ain't gonna bother. Now they hit home on them. They don't deal. They ain't gonna be all right. They ain't gonna believe it. They ain't gonna believe it. That's sensitive. I don't know why these kids be having these phones in here, these little bitty kids. For the life of me, I couldn't, they done got quiet. I'm be honest with y'all. Most of these kids now, y'all, I'm telling you what they're doing. Y'all have to watch these people. They got another agenda for all of us. We're losing our kids. We've already lost them to television. Look at now with these telephones. These kids, you got to ask yourself, some of these kids can't hardly talk. They can get a phone and run through it and know how to get the video. Who programs a phone where little bitty babies can run to it and get something? Because they're getting something going on that we ain't paying attention to. These phones that come out to find out they got some health issues. I use an earpiece with mine. Like y'all say, have this thing burn upside your darn ear. I got my wire. I can't have it in my ear. Y'all can put them hot phone, that thing, that battery is cooking and the radiation is getting in your head and it causes your brain cancer. We're starting babies off now. Little babies in here count. They can get the phone, pull up stuff, pull up game. You don't have to listen, look out, they can get game, they can do something. That's how they want us to get comfortable. Shut them up, what you do? Give them a phone. Kid running, we ain't monitoring everything they get. Big brother is setting that phone up where they can get it. We grown people, I can't get the stuff in the phone. Because big brother know how to make that phone accessible for a little child to get in there so I can lead your kid off. I start letting them find videos, I start letting them playing games, I lead them on here, and that thing you know, got them. Now you done lost them. This me now. I don't trust him. Just some stuff. I don't trust a stranger that run up, hey, can I give him some candy? You don't even know him. No, thank you. Why you just run want to give my kid for what? Why you offer me no candy? I'm grown. I don't trust everybody. I'm being with y'all. We can't trust everybody.
Amen.
People can call it old-fashioned you want to. You can't trust everybody.
Amen.
We too trusting. We trusting the phone company. Them kids get your phone, hit some junk, that thing on them, can't tell somebody and doing on another planet. I'm not used to it. They call it old fan. I don't get the cycle why these little kids got these phones. I don't get the cycle why we set them off somewhere, got them with these phones, these kids just running through stuff. You know, go where them kids have some set, they ain't gonna tell you. Too much be going on. It's just better. We got to start monitoring this stuff. We didn't even know these cartoons was showing. I would have thought nothing about no Little Mermaid. That's a kid cartoon. Let them sit and watch it till you start somebody to bring you something and show you. So you say, I never. Guess what? They count on me to see it. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm a nigga. Is it PG or R-rated? It's got on that letting you know for kids. So if it's safe, that's what they count on. They count on me to trust them, to rate everything. They count on me to trust them, to feel like the stuff these kids get into, this is just helping them out, helping with their computer skills. This is just getting them set up for the future. No, we are set up for the future to control their minds and get them away from you. That thing, no nigga watch a cartoon, a kid and kill all their parents. Now, what are you going to do? I ain't going to kill my parents. Go behind little done neck be slit. That's just me now. I'm funny. I wasn't allowed to watch nothing like that. I ain't never thought. I thought about keeping hearing great. It stayed right there in that bed. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to kill my feet. Said, nigga, I'm scared. Top of me said, me too. Just stay in the bed. Don't try no stuff like, man, it's too much. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It ain't the kids the problem. It's the people that set this stuff up. We have to stop being so trusting to these people. I'm trying to help y'all. Let me tell y'all something. So when I got on these Facebook accounts, a lot of stuff. Tell you what they wound up doing. It was stated that with Facebook, the CIA and them found people they'd never found if it weren't for Facebook. Let me tell you what happened. People started taking too many pictures of people and posting pictures of people, their family. You put so much information, it was people that were off their grid they couldn't find. You know where they found them at? Facebook. Straight Facebook. Straight Facebook. Family reunion, me and all my whole family. They started saying, this Facebook thing is really good. Do you know they said Facebook superseded their expectation? You put so much up there and so much conversation, you told everything. Let me show y'all something. Give me the book of Ariel right quick. I'm going to let y'all go. See, a lot of stuff we don't think because we thinking the guy that started, what's the guy that started Facebook? Some college kid? What's his name? Zuckerberg. What is a college student? Ain't that something? A young college student started that who happened to be the nephew of one of the Rockefellers. Y'all don't know that. Y'all just, folks see y'all coming. Boy, doing it, set up, he the grandson of them. What, the Rothschilds or the Rockefeller? He the grandson of them. Did y'all know that? I know you didn't know it. That's why I be trying to tell you I don't know nothing. You don't know nothing if I tell you something. They done brought him all out like like some college kid just wind up on something. Because, you know, it was smart to bring it out for college kids. Them your biggest dopers. College kid want to put the whole fraternity up there and show what they're doing and show their players line, everything. They said, this is good information. Then they loosed it out here for all these did everybody else. Of course, you lying. Like some of y'all go down there and stay in fraternity, go down there and stay on the dorm and act like you went to college. Duh. But people have faults. They counting on it. Because you young, everybody want to be in college. So they set up a program and make it just for college kids so you go get one act like you in college. And that done sucked in the whole world. People all over the world got a Facebook. Even Ilsa got one. Who else thought they called Ilsa? Al-Qaeda trying to get one in the K, they can't get reception. Man, sit on here living in a $5 million doing house over in Pakistan with the army around him. They tell him he in a cave. So they walking out. He just left. Man, the man sit there and TV. Listen, they got video. This makes no sense. Osama bin Laden sitting down watching TV and video himself watching TV or the news. Why am I going to do this when I'm looking to be captured? When I don't work for these people, I already know they got surveillance. Why? I just happen to be videoing myself sitting down watching TV, looking at TV on myself. Man, these people will show y'all something. I don't believe none of these folks sure. Can't believe these people. Tell that man don't know dialysis in no cave. Believe nothing these lying people say. Man, you ain't going nowhere on no dialysis, hot as it is out there. You don't kill over, you drawing up. Man, having sex with sheep and goats, they just made them lies up. Man got about 30 wives, he's sleeping with goats and sheep. You know why they put that on the news? Huh? It was to humiliate him to make him come out. They knew what they were doing. They put that story and told you what. They were looking for him to do what most people going to do. start striking out, strike back, make a tape. So you'll keep sending enough information out, they'll get you. See, every time he made a tape, they were using time, like they were watching the tape. They were using the sun by looking at the tape, and they were showing daylight. They were trying to look at things around him, try to picture where he could be. Whole time they was on him. He was smart. He was making them tape. He was been gone when he get it. By the time they got them tape, that joke was sent to another country. He was smart enough, dummy. They trained him. How are they going to catch a man they trained? They been killed that man. Y'all said and you want to, don't tell that lie. Most wanted man in the world, you done shot him, and all the people that went in and shoot him done told the same different lies. Then we done wrapped them up and dumped them out at sea somewhere, according to Muslim burial customs. Shoot a nigga, leave him laid out here in the street now. You done killed the most wanted man in the world, you done wrapped him up and buried him according to Muslim custom. What Muslim custom is to drop a nigga in the ocean for shark bait? Shark bait is our custom. Man, tell y'all in it. I don't believe nothing these folks say. You think, come crash in front of my house and see if you got enough time to come in and shoot me while I'm just standing there. You done dropped the, first of all, who came, whoa, 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 whoa. You done came over my wall, done crashed, got out of here, dust yourself out, fix your clothes, kick my door in, run up the step, and he out here standing without a gun. I'm the most wanted man in the world. Every noise is critical. Every sound. Anybody walking around my house is suspect. You done landed and crashed, kicked my door and ran upstairs and shot me and get off a shot?
Makes sense.
They see these folks come. It made for a good movie, though. SEAL Team 6 never reveal any of their kills. The person they tell you, they told their friend, they said, the person that killed Osama bin Laden, so we'll never know who that person is. That's how I said, see, they're the most elite group. They never tell who did. Nigga on the news the next day, yeah, I had shot him. He came down the stairs, face all over, nigga got on mascara and everything. None of them coming, no, I had shot him. Which lie you gonna stay with? You said SEAL Team 6 never reveal or show who they are. They felt like you lie, I might well lie too. I don't ain't nothing but a pack of liars. Come on, son. This is the 20th chapter of the book of Oriel. Give me verse 17. We'll come on and get ready to let y'all go. What I do, y'all don't know. Hereafter, you'll know. Other brother, you'll get me back over to the 14th chapter of the book of Yehukanan, 14 to 28. Hold that for me. This is Oriel chapter 20, verse 17 to be fine. Listen to the book. Other brother got me, Yehukanan chapter 14, verse 28, so I can get y'all out there. Come on, listen.
And he beheld them and said, what is this then that is written? The stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner.
Y'all hear that? The same one he said, the one y'all rejected became the head of the corner. Listen.
Whosoever shall fall upon that stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it would grind him to powder.
He let them know, grind y'all to powder. Come on, son.
And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him.
The same what?
Same hour.
They sought to do what?
Lay hands on him.
Listen what happened.
And they feared the people.
They feared the people. So what happened?
For they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them.
They knew he was talking about them. Talking against leadership. Talking against government. So what did they do, Andre?
And they watched him.
They watched him.
And sent forth spies.
The what?
Which should feign themselves.
They were going to pretend themselves. Like what?
Just men.
Like they were just men. For what?
That they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor.
Wow. Good old Jesus. Why they worrying about trying to deliver him to the government? Man, they just sit around blessing bread and fish. Man, sit around healing people. They just happen to sit in spies. They would sit and pretend, try to catch his words, so they could take and they could try to deliver him to the authorities, to the government. Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing. At the 14th chapter, verse 28, Yehukanan. Before you read it, let me hear what else they said. Let me hear how they talk. Listen.
And they asked him, saying, Master,
Oh, teacher. What?
we know that thou sayest and teachest rightly.
Listen,
Neither accept
I know you've been sent. Oh, you preaching that word now. What happened?
Neither acceptest thou the person of any,
And see that? Oh, and you don't respect none of these people. What happened?
but teaches the way of Elohim
You
truth.
hear that? And you teach the way of Elohim the truth. Uh-huh.
Is it lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar? Or
So
no?
you know what's amazing? They just happen to send spies in among him. With these spies, they just happen to be talking to him and want to get information that they could deliver to the authorities and to the government. And our master, teacher, we know you teach right, and thou don't accept any man person. And we know you speak it true. You are Elohim. Should we pay taxes? That's amazing. They just want to know about taxes. They didn't want to know. It was so they can catch his words. So they could take his word and they could deliver it back to the authority, to the government. See, you people have been taught to be so passive and so dumb. You've never been taught this before in these churches, have you? Why these preachers hadn't taught you they put spies there? Oh, you've been taught about Judas Iscariot, who betrayed our Lord and Savior so we could be saved. He wasn't the only person around. They put spies in that pretended and act like they were with him, who tried to get him to answer questions so they could use his word and they could deliver him to the authorities and to the government. Because what he say was going to be crucial. They ain't never looked at him like this, have they? They program your mind to think passive. You read it in your book, though. It's in your book. I taught you last night in the 11th chapter of the book of Oriel that they kept trying to find some up on his words. So when they couldn't get it, the easy thing was to do, put some spies in. People wonder why I do what I do, don't they, Chris? I'm a whole lot smarter than what these people ever going to be. Galatians chapter 2 one time. Watch, they just wonder, don't they? Ain't that amazing what they did? You know what he told me about the servant? You ain't no greater than your master. He says as much as the servant, and he can be as his master. Let's see what happened. 2 and 1, Galatians. Listen.
Then 14 years after I went up again to Jerusalem with Barnabas, and took Titus with me also, and I went up by revelation and communicated unto them that gospel which I preach among the Gentiles.
I was trying to communicate to them the gospel I was preaching. What happened, son?
But privately to them.
Why was it trying to be private? Isn't that supposed to be private? Everything supposed to be out in the open. To them that was what now?
Which were of reputation.
What happened?
Lest by any means I should run or had run in vain.
Listen.
But neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised.
Listen.
And that because of false brethren, unawares brought in,
I don't know how that means. What happened?
who came in privately to spy out our liberty, which we have in the Mashiach Yahusha, that they might bring us into bondage.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what this means. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. They even put them among them so they could bring them into bondage. To who? To the government. Listen what he said.
To whom we gave place by subjection, no, not for an hour.
That's amazing. Because you know what they told Yahushua? We know you teach it right, and you respect no man person. Shaul did the same thing. Pay them joker no attention. Same pay them attention, not even for an hour. What happened, son?
That the truth of the gospel might continue with you.
Come on.
But of these who seem to be somewhat, whatsoever they were, it maketh no matter to me.
What happened, son?
Elohim accepteth no man's person.
Sound familiar? What you do, son?
For they who seem to be somewhat in conference,
Did what?
adding nothing to me.
They ain't, listen, I ain't getting nothing from them guys. Pay them absolutely no attention. What did you do, son?
But contrariwise, when they saw that the gospel of the uncircumcision was committed unto me, as the gospel of the circumcision was unto Coph. For he that wrought effectually in Coph to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me toward the Gentiles. And when Jacob, Coph, and Jeuchanan, who seemed to be pillars, perceived the grace that was given unto me, they gave to me and Barnabas the right hands of fellowship.
After that, he bypassed them crooks. It's always been that way. Just don't pay attention. This ain't nothing new. This is nothing new. I told you, every one of these preachers y'all guys that ever came across, y'all encountered before these people, they've all been government agents. Are we reading something different, or this always been in there? Why nobody had never told you it was in the book? Why was Shaul, who was going up to see Coph, and all he was going to do is just preach about bread and helping and healing, why would spies need to be there to bring them in bondage? To get them over to the authorities. Because there's always a threat against them when you turn and you get your eyes open and you start to see these people for who they are. Huh? Why do you think their founding father came along? You know one of their first things they established? Separation of who was that? Church and state. Because you know what they realized? A man got killed when government and churches started running together, people started dying. They don't believe me. You know what your government will do to you? They'll go get a church, Boston. And this is what we're going to do, y'all, next week. We're going to set up a blood drive where people can come in here next week and come and give blood. Then what we're going to do sickle cell anemia tests. Who getting these tests? The government. Who's getting this blood? The government. Why is the church sitting around giving up blood and taking tests and giving it to the government when there's supposed to be a separation? Y'all don't get nothing because they infect you through these churches. They brainwash you. Why is a church taking their time? Why are politicians coming in through the church to get you to vote? When there's supposed to be a separation of church and state. All these people, government agents. They're all operatives. They hire these people. Just like they hired Judas Iscariot. That's what they call them. Let them have their thief. They have always done it. This ain't nothing new. At the 14th chapter of the book of Jeuchanan. 14:28, I'm getting ready to let y'all go. Listen.
Ye have heard how I said unto you, I go away and come again unto you. If you love me, you will rejoice, because I said, I go unto the Father, for my Father is greater than I.
Listen.
And now I have told you before it come to pass, that when it is come to pass, you might believe.
Listen.
Hereafter, I will not talk much with you.
What?
For the prince of this
Hold
world.
on for a minute. Here what?
After, I will not talk much with you.
What happened, son?
For the prince of this world cometh, and hath nothing in me, but that the world may know that I love the Father, and as the Father gave me commandment, even so I do. Arise, let us go hence.
He let them know he was going to stop talking so much around him. Because everybody that was around him wasn't there for their good. All right, that's good.
Amen.